Welcome back, my Scorpionic Keepers of the Flame. Or, like, Crashbusters, whatever. Okay, so the last one cut off, and I'm like, I typed up this awesome message with, like, synopsis of each one of these cards. Like, all the symbolism and craziness, meaning, and all these cards. So, we're gonna go through it, like, in a video form. Because apparently YouTube was like, this is nice and all, but we're not gonna let you publish it. And I did a synopsis. I did, like, what it said on the card, what the constellation was, and then I went into paraphrasing everything else. So, just gonna buckle it up. And, okay. So the first card you got was the grief. Okay, the accepting. Yes, those are skulls on his breastplate. You're welcome, Scorpio. Isn't that beautiful? Do. Okay. So, yeah, I'm trying to remember what I left off of. I'm pretty sure it just cut me off, and I was like, bye, love you. And I was like, I'll just type everything out. And then, no, okay. I feel like YouTube was like, you must post more videos. Okay, YouTube. Okay. So, hang on, this is kind of little. So this is accepting loss, and the constellation is called Booties, and it's like the herdsman. And the star is Arcturus, the alpha Booties. Don't start. I can hear you now. What are you talking about? Okay. Wisdom of the Herald says, hang on, let me get this straight for you because you need to see the gloriousness of the card without all the glare. Okay. Let me scoot out of the way. I don't like being in the frame. Okay. There you go, boo. They say it is better to have loved and lost than to have not loved at all. But the pain is real and trying. When faced with this loss, don't deny the gravity of the situation. Take time to truly process and accept the hand dealt. There will be tears, depression, sorrow, but acceptance will come once the cycle has run its course. Work towards accepting the loss. The wisdom of the dragon says, own your grief and wear it like armor. Let it shield your heart like a chest plate. There is no shame but power in the trial. Own the power of grieving and all its release. Let go. Let it flow through you. Wear it with pride. Strength will come with time. I'm going to pause there because I wrote a huge thing in the description of the video that a lot of people don't understand about grief. And I think that they're supposed to hide it and wear it like shame and whatever else. But in actuality, your grief and the depths of it are telling you how capable and how deeply you loved. And you still love. And so that's not something to hide or be ashamed of. Like, why are we so afraid to look at it? Sit with it. Understand it. See, you're grieving because you love something. You're grieving because something actually meant something to you. Why is that so wrong? Why is that so horrible? And I don't know why I'm saying this to Scorpio, because you're like, nothing. But I want to say this to you because in case you are like, I don't get it. I don't understand how I'm supposed to go through this process. Not in a way that puts you out, that fills you with shame. Like, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this way. I feel shame that I feel so sad and depressed and lonely and angry and frustrated. That's part of the grieving process, darling. You don't need to feel any shame about that. Society tells you, we are society. Okay? So let's start a new trend. Let's wear those grief armors like freaking badges that they are. Put on a freaking, like, yep, in your face. Spread that frequency, energy, vibration that, yep, if we don't look at it, it's going to get worse. If we don't sit in that energy, it's going to get worse. If we don't come to terms of understanding, it's going to get worse. All the positivity in the world isn't going to negate the negative. That's not how they work. These things need to exist in cohabitation. Otherwise, they're going to be severely toxic and severely imbalanced. So understanding that all these different facets and fractals of life are coming together for your benefit. They're not coming here to make you miserable. This isn't some weird thing happening to you because Big Sky Daddy said that you were supposed to suffer. I can't begin to explain how toxic that narrative is. I can't even we're seeing the repercussions of it on the planet right now. So, if you want to know how toxic it is, just watch the news. But if we can learn to walk in this with some power and dignity and integrity, because, I think it's human to love. I think it's human to have emotions. I think it's a very human thing to understand what it means to love so deeply that when someone leaves us, when anything leaves us, to hold space and honor that badge that we've just been gifted that lets us know that we loved with everything. Everything. We loved completely and without fear. Why are we tying so much shame to that? Why are we saying you need to go off into the shadows and hide? Yes, you need to take time to reprieve, and yes, you should grieve in the way that you need to, but you don't need to be ashamed about it. You don't need to restrict yourself from society just because you're not having a good day. How is that going to give you access to any healing energy if you just stay cooped up all the time? How are you going to let the world know that it's okay to be in the world and grieve in the world? I don't know. Maybe we need to bring banshees back or something. Anyway, okay. Side note. Sidebar. Okay. I had to get that off my chest. Okay. So many times in life we are tempted to, quote unquote, keep calm and carry on. But now is not the time or the place for such robotic and inhumane approaches. Feel your sadness. Take that time to mourn a loss. Own your grief when you need to. The time has come. Yeah, owning it. Not taking any shame in that. Not going, well, I'm in a bad state, so... Now, there's some times where you're like, I'm in a state and I just want self-isolation. I do not want to engage with people. I do not want to be out in the world right now. That's part of the process, too. But part of the process in the healing is coming to terms with that. We're going to have to, at some point, come to a place or a crossroads of understanding how we got this grief and how we can honor it rather than just shame ourselves for feeling this way. And that's why a lot of people really... this might be a systemic thing. This is me going on a rant now because we're only 8 minutes and 50 seconds in. Buckle up, Scorpio. So it might just be that we have put so much shame around this and so much I don't want to ever freaking feel that ever in my life, that we don't want to feel at all. That we don't want to love anything completely at all. That we don't want to invest much of anything in anyone because they might leave us, or they will leave us, or we might leave them. So why invest? Do you see what I'm saying? When you hold shame around something, the repercussions for that. Okay. I don't know too many young people that are like, hey, yeah, I want to go out and merge my life with another's and then bring another life into the world. I have not seen that being a popular trend at all. Despite what Mr. Musk's take on the situation is. Can't imagine why that would be. Because we hold no space for this. We hold no respect for it. We hold no dignity to it. When it's a natural part of life, is loss. It doesn't even have to be death. It could just be a loss of something, anything. So we're not holding anything to values, much less each other. Material objects, but those can be replaced. Unlike something else, hence our reluctance to attach ourselves to it. But when we're truly taking someone else's best interest at our heart, that's when we're truly love them. So if we release them with grace and gratitude, yes, we're going to go through this process, but it's going to be less severe. So if we learn how to process through this and how to look at it, saying when we grieve so deeply, that means we love deeply. So if we can learn to love deeply and love in an authentic way, I don't know, maybe this release process will become a little bit easier if we have the grace and gratitude to just be like, okay, wasn't meant for me. I'm still going to honor the fact that I put time, energy, and myself into it, but letting go with grace and gratitude. Coming to an understanding that this is not a condemnation and that it doesn't mean anything that's horrible, that's wrong with you just because you're in this state. If we can come to an understanding of that, I think we could treat, I don't know, maybe attachment patterns, align ourselves a little bit better with people who really do hold us sacred, so we can hold each other sacred. And letting off the guilt and the shame that come along with this process. Letting off the pedal of like, look, you're making me really uncomfortable by sitting there crying. Could you please leave? Type of energy to saying, okay, I don't need to say anything. I don't need to feel anything because those aren't my feelings. Or are they? Are they provoking something in you? Do you need to sit? Maybe you instead just sit there and think about all the shit it's bringing up for you and cry with them. We can't do that. It's not societally acceptable. So start a trend. Scorpios are epic for that. I know. This lady said I could do it on the internet, so I'm going to start crying in public. Okay, do what thou wilt, darling. Okay. So just out of the box thought. Now, the other thing that's blowing my mind with your read, Scorps. 17. I keep forgetting it's backwards. And 27 on a card. Now, I did the calculations. I did the math. You had 5 7s in your read. You've got 2 more here. 5, 7. 5 plus 2 equals 7. So you've got major movement into completely unknown spaces here. 5 is the card of movement. 7 is the card of complete and total unknown. At least the way I interpret it. So, for those of you going through this transformational, whatchamacallit, whatever you want to call it, ride the wave. Don't be scared of it. I don't think you are. I don't think you are scared of it at all. I don't think you're one bit frightened. I think you're coming back from the journey here out into the far, far reaches of the ethos. And holy bejesus, is this some sort of weird thing? Because Scorpio, I don't know if you know this or not. You see this? These are trees. These are bark of the trees. Do you know what kind of tree this is? It's a birch tree, Dalton. It's a birch tree. Do you know what the birch tree is? The birch tree is Scorpio's tree. Get away from me. Hang on, I got a hold over here. Okay. Healing power of trees. You know, if this lady whips out one more effing book for me to read. I know, but darling, we're starting a whole new year. You can do it. Okay. Halloween. Get away. Hello. Oh, that's... Okay, that's Cancer. Okay. So the apple tree is a Cancer. Is a... For the astrology aspect of it. Ivy. Blackthorn. Oh, we get a review. Oh, for Pete's sake. So anyway, this culmination, completion, and renewal. See how she's coming through the clouds here on the Dragoon? You're entering back into... So, Pluto, right? Rules the midpoint between this entire galaxy and out that way. Okay? I know. What are you talking about, lady? So all the other galaxies and whatever outside of our galaxy here in the universe, it's the midpoint. It's the crux between on the scale. The little cross point there is where Pluto's located. So she's coming back on this dragon here. So you've come to an understanding that there it is. Birch! Peekaboo! November 1st through the 28th. Birch tree. No, that's not all of Scorpio. And I think Hawthorne is the beginning of Scorpio. You have to remember, there used to be 13 signs, not 12. Wink, wink, motherfucking nudge, nudge. So, no, I'm not doing a video on that. Thank you for asking. Elder would be your tree if you were born before the 1st of November. That! We'll put that back for now. So we can get back to little Precious here, darling. Precious, look at her. So behind her head looks like the infinity symbol, right? The side that goes out to the ethos and the side that's in our galaxy. She knows exactly, it's literally growing out of her head. She has access to that continuously. Okay. So I think that was all for this card, but this is 27 and this is 10 points away from this card. So this is definitely culmination here with no freaking stretch of the imagination whatsoever. Okay, let's go, Scorpio. Okay, without any glare. Yeah, she looks a little intimidating. Hello, Scorpio. Deal with it. Okay, so sorry. Taking my tickets out of the screenshot while trying to keep you. Okay. There you go. Ursa Minor, the lesser bear, is called It's Done. Indulge in a job well done and a great battle won as you restore and renew yourself for the next bold move. You have completed a great task. You have conquered. You saw all there was to see, and now it's time to sit back and be restored, renew and heal. Rest up, lounge back, and regroup. Kudos on a job well done. It has all led up to this point, and now comes the time for you to truly hone your power and own it. You are in the full culmination of who you were meant to be. Face the world head on as you stand firm in your identity. You have gathered what was needed and sit poised and ready at the maximum level of proficiency and strength. Feel your power. Congratulate yourself on a job well done and seek renewal. You have done so much. Give yourself credit and take a moment to truly feel all that incredible energy of your accomplishments that have all culminated to this point to bring you to be who you are today. Celebrate as you indulge in coming into your own. You have come a long way. Dang right, Scorpio. Look at that. That's power right there. Okay, and then number 11. Invention. Scorpio, we are trendsetters. We are the trendsetters. Because we're at that point, remember? Between the universe and the cosmic galaxy that we are in right now. This solar system, right? We're that midpoint. So we're out there in the ethos interpreting everything. And we're in here in this solar system interpreting everything and seeing it going out and just watching it come back and how it translates in and out continuously on that pattern of infinite possibilities, if you will. Okay. Woo! Burning with passion. Oop. Okay. Well, that one's burning with passion too. I don't care who he is. What is going on here? What happened to the light in my room? Son of a monkey's butt nugget. What are you doing? Okay. This is why I don't film during this point of the day. Love you, Scorpio. Okay, so there he is. Okay, he's got his little dude behind. Oh, perfect shot right there. Don't move. Okay, burning with passion. Number 11, invention. Feel the fire of passion and vital energy arise from your core. Time to take action. Time to burn with vitality. Now, to me, I'm going to pause right here. To me, this is saying that whatever's rising up from here is coming because your feminine and masculine energies are now in communication and alignment. Okay? Vital life force energy, frequency, energy, vibration, chi, yin yang. I forget how to pronounce the blasted actual sign. TA something, 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 something. Look it up. Okay. So this masculine and feminine pairing that's just accumulated through and helping through your grieving process here and bringing it to culmination is now sparking up your vital life force energy. And you might start stepping into understanding how that works and speaking the truth about it, because this, even though you can't really see it, this flame coming out of the dragon's mouth is actually blue, which means you're probably going to have to start speaking some things, okay? So, the wisdom of the herald. Okay, where did it go? Okay, allow your passions to rise to the surface as you prepare to embark on a new endeavor fueled by the deepest core of your being. Let it burn bright and strong, just like the star. Wisdom of the Dragon says, from your very core, invention pours out of you, racing to fill the dark night sky with light and energy untold. Create, be fulfilled, masterfully craft your vision as you bring something to new life. There is no room for shyness or hesitancy. Master your craftsmanship and harness your creative brilliance. The time is now. Undertake a new creative endeavor that fills you with passion and excitement. This must be something that exhilarates you to your core. Tackle a new project. Create something amazing. Dazzle the world with your masterful brilliance. Shine your light with a vengeance as your vision comes to life. Ooh, if that is not scorpionic energy, I have no idea what is. Okay, so what does that mean? I think I referred to a little bit in that video. In the video before this, which is no Untitled, but I'll explain in this video what's happening there. So when you have this type of energy, it's not the time to be in the shadows and hiding. And that's going to be difficult for some Scorpios at this point. So whatever stage you're at, honor it and then realize what's coming next, okay? And then what the final fruition of this whole pattern cycle thing is. It feels like this like little infinity symbol was like, yep, grieving, processing, dealing with horrific emotions here, and working through that and conquering those things with true power and dignity and balance. I'm getting with his little horns here. Big one. And then coming back into the ethos with them and being like, look what I can do. Did you want to try it? It might work for you too. Okay. And remembering that it might work for some people and it might not, but it is working for you. Okay. So, yeah, stepping into the light. It's not exactly comfortable, but it can be done. I guess I'm embodying that energy right now. So using the tools that you've garnered here, I don't know what they are exactly, but you've learned something in the depths here. You've learned something and you've brought it to fruition and culmination here. You just need to get yourself some grub, and you do need to indulge. Scorpio, too many times we are like, you know, if we're not putting our nose to the grinding stone or chiseling away at something, we oftentimes find ourselves feeling ignorantly useless. And that's not true. Now is the time to take inventory and indulge. And it is the right time of year to do that anyway. So this is definitely perfect energy coming in and inviting you to simply sit down and feast and rejuvenate and honor the process that you have just completed, which is huge. This is really huge. None of the other signs got this. You're the last one I did. None of the other signs got this. So this might be a way for you to cultivate yourself and your peace in the world, because I'm gonna bring that word back from the other reading, your peace in the world. How you masterfully craft your own peace and sovereignty in the world. That's what I'm getting for you, is peace. Just peace and harmony here. Even though this is fire, which is natural yin energy anyway, and it's a little bit feisty and it's a little bit hot, this is often a really, really good medicine. It's a really good medicine. That's what I'm getting here. So peace, harmony, coming together, bringing everything to fruition and honoring that cycle. And saying, hey, community, family, friends, significant other, I've been through it. I've done it. Do you need a hand up? Do you need a leg up? Do you need a word of encouragement? Do you need some advice here? Do you need me to bake a loaf of bread? Do you need me to plant a rose bush? What do you need me to do? Right? This has come to a point of now, when the skill gets mastered, now you can turn around and start producing that out into the world. And maybe it's not a surface. Maybe it's like a behind the scenes, like make it function well, make it look well, make it whatever it is for you. Excuse my snoring dogs. Every video there's a dog snoring. So if you hear some weird noise, it's a dog snoring. I'm sorry. Okay, so it comes with having a Shih Tzu and a 19-year-old. So the gifts we bring to the world can look so different. It's ridiculous. So different. So don't peg yourself into one hole or another. Use what you've culminated and bring it to light. Whatever. I think I just went through this the other day. Whatever sets this alight. Whatever sets this on fire. Whatever puts your cup into overflow mode. Go out into the world and do that. Or sit behind something and do that. Whatever it is. If you need to drum your heart out, go drum your heart out. If you want to go and like till the dirt for other people for a living, go do that. If you want to work at a tech company and do background surveillance or cybersecurity or build websites or build closets or cupboards or, build houses, whatever the heck it is. You go do that thing. Whatever sets you ablaze, go do that. Whatever makes you feel like this, go do that. Okay? Well, okay. Whatever makes you feel like this. I feel like this is the masculine and this is the feminine coming together. Nice. Okay? So, yes. Please, thank you. The world needs us right now, unfortunately. I got too many irons in the fire myself, so I need to dwindle those down because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing right now. But that's where the magic happens. When you don't know what the heck is going on, that's where magic happens. Okay? Just don't panic over that. And I won't either. But yeah, I really want to go clarify this for myself and see if I have any major spots I need to look at. Anything else Uni needs me to convey? Not much of anything. Honor the process, indulge, reward yourself for all the hard work, and relax. Take some time. Okay? I love you, Scorpio Nation. You keep your flames, and I'll see you next time. Happy full moon in Gemini.